Okay. Alright, class. Yesterday in reading, we talked about how important it was to be able to see the story in our minds. But sometimes it's hard when we get confused by what we're reading in our text. So I'm going to read to you chapter 7 from Stone Fox, and we're going to go through it and we're going to see if we get confused with everything that we're reading. Alright, blah blah blah, and the teacher models confusion while reading, and we'll ask the students. Alright, I am confused. Are you guys confused too? With what's going on in the story? Okay, so what are some things we can do when we are confused while reading? Here I have created a chart of things that we can write down. Yes, Emily?
You can like reread the section that you're confused about.
Yes, very good. So first we're going to stop reading. And we might ask ourselves, what is happening here, right? So we're going to stop and we ask ourselves, what is happening? Sorry, I'm writing horribly. And then after we ask ourselves what is happening, then are we going to do? We're probably going to think about something. Think about it. We're going to think about the details of what we've been reading, okay? And that is where we read what we are confused about. So we think about it, and then we reread. And then we're going to continue reading carefully, and we're going to pay attention to the details, okay? So when you get confused on either a word or maybe just like an expression or a couple sentences, or maybe even the whole page didn't make sense to you, maybe you're completely lost. You want to start from where you got confused. You're going to think about it, ask yourself what's happening in the story right now, and then think about what might be going on. So I'll write this down. Okay, we'll finish that later. Okay. So now, okay, so today we learned that sometimes when we're reading we get confused. So what I'm going to have you guys do is I'm going to have you grab out your books that you've been reading for your individual reading time.
Well, we both.
Is that so? I think it's so recording.
Okay.
Wow, you guys got the same books. That's cool. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to call you up one at a time, and we're going to have some little teacher-student conferences, and we're going to talk about any confusions you may have. And the rest of you, while I'm having these conferences, I want you to continue reading your books and mark off any place that you have confusion with your sticky note and follow the steps that we wrote down on our chart, okay? So first I'm going to have Jill come up. Hi, Jill. Alright, are you having any confusion in your story?
Sometimes. But then I just reread the paper after
Okay.
usually get it, or I look at the different.
So did following those steps help you get back on track? You did more rereading, which is good. So as long as you're able to catch yourself back up, that's all that matters. So do you have any questions or any clarifications you need for your confusion, or do you think you're okay?
No, I think I'm okay for right now.
Okay, great. Then you go back to your seat and continue reading, and let me know if you need any help, okay? Alright, Emily, why don't you come up next? Alright, how's reading going?
Pretty good.
Yeah? Okay. Was there any parts where you had some confusion?
There was some words that were kind of hard for me, like that one. I didn't really know what that meant.
Yeah, that's
So,
a big one. So it probably confused you when you're reading the rest of it, huh?
yeah.
Alright, good. So did helping some of these things that we wrote down on our chart help you kind of clarify? Okay, good. Because if you just stop and reread like around the sentence, maybe the different words in the sentence might help you find the meaning of the word. Okay, good. Is there any other questions you have?
I don't think so.
Okay, you can go back to your seat, continue reading. Alright, so now the students are going to be reading for another 20 to 25 minutes during their individual reading time, which we
Yeah, fast
are
forward.
going to fast forward. So, they're done reading now. Alright, class, we did a great job on talking about what we can do when we're confused while reading. So this chart is going to stay up in the classroom, so whenever you have a question or you're confused, before you raise your hand, I want you to go through the different things that we talked about. And then if you're still confused, go ahead and raise your hand and we'll try to figure it out, okay?
Okay.